Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coach's Playbook with Paul LaPolice, your home for elite CFL breakdown and analysis. Today, let's talk about the Saskatchewan Roughriders. We're going to take a look at their game last week versus the BC Lions. We're going to look at their offense and what they did. Spectacular day for Trevor Harris and company. That home win really vaunted them in a great position going forward in the playoffs. So let's talk about this. Total offense, 369 yards. Pretty good day, not spectacular, but here's where their success lied. First down success, 7.3 yards per play. So just think of that. After every football play on first down, they were in second and short situations. That's what's their average. That's why they were so successful. You saw Trevor Harris checking the ball down, doing a great job of that. The next point, 0 giveaways. They did not turn the ball over offensively. That's a key to your success. You're going to win games when you don't turn the ball over. Second down conversion, 13 to 23 for 57% offensively. So they completed almost 60% of their second down conversions, which is hard to do. Why? First down productivity, because they were so successful on first down. Now, Trevor Harris, 25 of 30, 83% completion, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So let's talk about that. Trevor does a great job of finding available open throws and open spots. And he was able to, the BC Lions played with a little bit of depth in their zones and as well as their mans, and he was able to check the ball underneath. And I thought their receivers for the Riders put their foot in the ground and got north-south. So either it was a first down on first down off a 6-yard gain, or they put themselves in second and short situations. So Trevor did a great job of getting the short completions like he always does and driving the field. A.J. Ouellette, 16 carries, 84 yards. We chipped in some run game. That's going to be important down the stretch as it starts to get colder. So we're going to take a look at I pulled out about 12 plays that I thought were great in the game. We're going to take a look at those and see what that happens. Before I go, please subscribe to the page and turn notifications on. It's going to help support the page. And as we talk about, this is a great game. The more we can show Canadian Football League content, the better we are. Okay, so let's open the playbook on the Saskatchewan Roughriders offense. Early in the game, real quick, 4-by-1 with a closed tight end throw on the outside for a first down. A lot of good checkdowns here in this football game. What's the pattern concept? We've got a guy going to break across on this side of the field. We're going to have a dig in the middle of the field or to the wide side of the field, and we're going to have a go. Now there's one more. The tight end is going to release out into the flat. That is the pattern concept. This is what I call a vertical stretch. There's one deep, second intermediate, and then third in the flat. You kind of group rules or pictures for quarterbacks. So that's his read. It's what I call a down the ladder read. So I'm going to pause it right here. He's about ready to throw. What does he see? 2 people on the number 1 read, the deep ball. He sees a player inside the number 2 read, which would have been this dig coming into the middle, but he sees nobody out in the flat. So he's already got the ball ready to throw. He immediately throws the ball to the out flank. Once you catch this, now the deep players have to rally down. He's outflanked, so it should be an easy 10-yard gain, and that's what it is. Sometimes losing contain helps coverages break down. We'll explain what that means. And that's all Trevor's trying to do. He's just trying to buy time so the zone breaks down. And you always have guys trying to cover their spaces, but the longer they have to cover, the more spaces break down. That's the concept. All right, what's the read type? I would call this an inside-outside back down. And if you want me to draw a triangle, all right, so it's the first dig to the second dig underneath. And the underneath, what I call an influence bangs, trying to move people out of the way to open up the digs. So what's the triangle? There's a guy there, there's a guy there, and there's a guy underneath. We always talk about triangle reads. So right here, somebody's over on that one, somebody's over the top of that one. There is space here, but I'm sure he's going to be a little bit concerned of the push of this player. So watch, he climbs, waits till he expands, and then there's the spot in the middle of the field for Duncan Busby. Nice catch. but it's all about the scramble. It's all about him scrambling. 2nd and 7. Real quick throw for the first down. This is what Trevor lives on. He's going to run a dig. And when we play this, you're going to see that he's really slow, and he's just going to settle underneath, and he's going to do the same thing. They're both what I would call fins, 5-yard ins. But just watch how slow this slot is. Why? Because he's waiting. He's waiting for the linebackers to carry with the dig. So it's okay to throw this under. It's 2nd and 7. You've gotten enough yardage. Just throw a 5-yard play and get north-south. And that's what happens. Shoulder square, get north-south, make the first down. And again, because you have 2 receivers over here and 3 over here, watch. They outnumbered them with 3 on 2. They have a will linebacker has to play in the box for the run. And they just don't have great numbers of low players, if that makes sense. And the will linebacker gets so deep. So it's an easy throw for Trevor to just throw this underneath. Nice completion versus zone pressure here. When there's a lot of space on the field, all you have to do is you pick everything up, you just get to your drop, get the ball out of your hands quickly, and let's show you what's happening. From a coverage standpoint, it's hard to say. He might be man. He might be the low player, and these players are playing cover 2, and he's a low player. What I mean by low, like he's going to watch him. If he goes deep, he'll carry with him, but if anybody goes into the flat, he'll take him, and they play man-to-man out there. You could call this 2 because he looks like he's just eyeballing him. And you want to, when you blitz, 2 guys come in a zone blitz, you want to try to minimize how much space you have to cover, and that's why you would lock a receiver and play. You know, these 2 are over those 3 are on those 2, those 3 are on those 2. But Trevor sees this. This is a dig and a 5-yard in. So when Trevor sees this picture of the Sam and the Mike coming, he knows this area of the field is wide open for a spot. So as he goes into, if he walls, I can throw underneath, and that's what happens. And once again, the receivers of the Riders last week did a good job just getting north-south. So Johnson does a really good job. As soon as he catches it, he gets north-south. If you want to see it from this angle, you can see it right here. 2 linebackers blitz. He stays inside position. There's nobody on the inside breaking route. Trevor recognizes immediately. Johnson gets north-south. Good execution. What's spectacular about this football play right here is, 1, the protection, and 2, the quarterback's patience and trusting his protection, because he comes all the way to a backside read. And let me explain what that means. A backside read is this. We've got a corner route. Run to the corner of the end zone. Looks like a curl, and we have a player going underneath. So Trevor is all about taking this throw over here, and it doesn't look good. So he gets off it, and he turns his hips and comes to the backside routes, which are when you build a pattern concept. If he's looking over here to his right, you want the routes coming back in his line of vision. And that's what happens. And why doesn't he throw this one? Because it's a corner route with outside leverage. And there's a guy inside leverage, but really that's not good leverage to win on a corner route. So he gets off it and he flips his hips and he finds this dig coming across. So he gets the throw. Now, what's the big deal about that is I want you to watch it from this angle. There's a pressure. Here, here, here. Everybody's holding up front. But with the blitz by Matthew Betts, watch A.J. Ouellette. Stop it. He loses it, but he creates enough. Furlan pushes it. Trevor, this is great pocket athlete. Understanding I'm going to the dig, flip my hips, finding it, throws with separation. Spectacular play. Really good. Gets that ball to Emulus. Run game doesn't look like run game like it used to. This is a pass out to Emulus. It looks like a wide receiver screen. Now, the play call is a run play, and there is a wide receiver screen attached to it. because it's an RPO. How do you know it's a run play? Look at these offensive linemen. They're going to block the run. They have no concern. They're not pass protecting. They're blocking a run. So why does Trevor make this decision? Because in the run-pass options, you have to handle when you can't block the extra people. TJ Lee is going to blitz off the edge. Now, in this run game, they can't block him to begin with. So now they add a second player. Too many people there. And where are you weak? Well, you have two people block one. He's going to block that one. Nobody on Sam Emulus. So you can get the ball to him and throw it outside. And now that's just as good as a run on 1st and 10. Now you've got numbers because they're not playing man. They're playing zone, and they're rushing extra people. It's a zone blitz. But you get good numbers to block, and I'll show you from this angle. So right there, there's the player you got to be concerned with. He blitzes off the edge. Watch Trevor how quickly he gets that ball out. He should be fighting over the top, but they force him inside. It's a one-on-one block. Now he can just go. Good run. Good decision. 1st and 10. First downs on first downs. What do you need? BC Lions now pressuring, rushing 6 people and playing man as compared to the zone blitzes. Jarrett Stearns with the catch. So 1, 2, adding to the 4 down guys. That makes 6 rushers. That puts all these people on islands. So for Trevor, it's important to get the ball out of his hand quickly. The pattern concept is 2 go routes and a 12-yard out. So Trevor knows I've got a good opportunity in man coverage. Now, what does this read? Well, the lower these 2 are, the more he can think about taking the go routes, the deep routes. The farther off they are, now you think of, okay, well, if they're going to be up there, I can throw this out flank route, and hopefully we leverage TJ Lee. And TJ Lee is worried about an inside breaking route, so he ends up inside position. So Trevor, watch how quickly Trevor throws this 1, 2, 3, ball out of his hand, out to Stearns. Nice completion. So Trevor's recognizing. Right now, he knows it's cover 10. He knows it's man. And this is what he sees. This leverage right here. Sees the other guys off deep. And now I'm just going to throw it out to Stearns because I've got leverage. You can see it from this picture right here. So the lower these guys are, the more you think about the go routes. Both of those go routes are going to outside release low players. And now you just know I'm just going to throw it to a spot where TJ Lee can run under it. Or Jarrett Stearns can run under it, and TJ Lee can't make the play. Why can't he? Because he's the hardest part of this linebacker right here, or the nickel, is he's got to cover a corner route, he's got to cover an out route, and he's got to cover a diagonal. So that's the hardest position to play out of the defensive backs. You got to cover so many different route combinations. It's really good when you can get quick throws, get north-south for first downs. So Keyshawn Johnson does this. Trevor recognizes it. Couple of points to make. It starts out here with 3 on 2. Okay, there's 3 people over these 2. Because I'm going to say the will's out of the box. But watch. Once the halfback leaves and becomes a high player, they've rotated away. This concept for me is a rotation read. We're going to throw away from rotation. All right, if they haven't rotated to the weak side, I should have a good opportunity to win. Because we are running a 12-yard dig and a 5-yard in. And if that guy goes vertical, we throw this ball right here. And that's what happens. The will takes away the inside route, and then the corner's leveraged. And you can see it right there. So because the will linebacker took away the dig and the 5-yard ins here, now the corner ends up being too far away. Johnson puts his foot in the ground, gets north-south, first down. Let's watch it from this angle. You can see how much space from this angle is on the field. The will, if that will ran like that, you would throw the dig. But he doesn't. He stays right here. The corner's deep because the corner, that guy could have been running up there. So he has to have a little bit of depth. Here's this 5-yard in. Catch the ball and get north-south. Riders in really good rhythm here. Zone read. Trevor pulls it. Throws the ball on the outside. Big gain down inside. What were they doing? What are they looking at? The pattern concept first, or the attached routes to the run game, is a quick, he's going to go break in here and then break out. And he's going to break out into the flat. And you're just reading, once you pull it, you just say, okay, if that guy gets depth, which he should, he has to, there's a deep route, what does this player do? Because there's no other low players on that side of the field. He's a high player. So if we outflank the defense, which right now Trevor knows, he just got to get his eyes on him. If he backs up, this player outflanks the defense. So he can throw it immediately. And right here, you can see it right here. The Will's still inside this route. He's here. He's going deep. Trevor pulls it and throws. So this is a zone read. He's protecting this edge. He's blocking 1. These 2 block 2 and 3. Okay, these 2 are blocking here. And they're going to create a good double team. The Will's out of the box, so they didn't make that call. All right, watch him. He collapses just enough for Trevor to throw it. I talked about earlier the hardest position to play is the Sam linebacker, the nickel linebacker. Emulus with a nice catch, and this is why it's so difficult to play. There is a 6-man pressure here. 1 and 2, so you have both linebackers blitzing. One's probably covering the back, but that puts 6 people on 6 people. So the ball's got to come out quickly from a quarterback position, and you have to play man-to-man. The pattern concept is a corner route. Corner route up there, and 2 hitches to keep everybody down. So all the quarterback has to do is read the corner. Well, he knows the corner's low. He knows he's low. So all he knows I've got the corner route if the leverage is good. And what do I mean by leverage? Is TJ Lee inside position? He is. So nice throw out there to Emulus. Let's see it. What I mean by leverage. You know it's very easy to throw. Right now, the quarterback configure this is open because those players are covering man-to-man. Now TJ Lee is right there. He's inside position on an outside breaking route. That's what you're always trying to do. Have a player inside position on an outside breaking route. They make a little stick move. He just throws it to a spot, and he runs it down. That's the definition of a high-low corner read and having the leverage you want to win in the corner. The thing that makes Trevor so difficult is he's just going to throw the ball quickly. If you give any space to him, he's going to throw it quickly. You can see right here, TJ Lee's inside. He's like, all right, I got this little bit of space. All these guys are high. And TJ Lee makes a great break on this ball, but Johnson just makes him miss. And again, on 1st and 10, it's going to get you some yardage. And again, that's the difference of the ball game. When you can be sitting in 2nd and medium, the change of conversion is so much greater 2nd and medium than 2nd and 10. So how quickly this ball comes out, puts it in his hand, and he just falls forward for good yardage. I thought the receivers did that great all game. This is a badass route right before the half. When you get man coverage, teams are going to be aggressive and physical. So you try to do double moves on them, and this is a double move at the goal line. So this player is going to come in here and try to cancel the free safety. So you can see right there. This player is going to sit down right here to control that man player, keep that corner low. He's going to try to run him into there and cancel 2. So there's 2 people left on the field, TJ Lee and Jarrett Stearns. So they're trying to show to TJ that the ball's a quick out, and TJ has to break on this ball. That's what he has to do because the ball's going to be out of the hand, and you see him right there. But then Jarrett turns it up and goes to this space. And that's very difficult to cover. This is a nasty route. This is really good. Why? Because this route cancels him. We keep him low, and you just wait for him to drive this, and I'm taking it to the middle of the field. Okay? Really good designed route. Watch it from this end. TJ's beat right now, and he has to be. He has to make a drive on that route. Good flip, and it's good. It's a good way of running basically a slot fade. Different way of double move to the slot fade. So really good execution, I thought, all game by Trevor and his receiving core.